treat for me.
Delicious.
Classic breakfast right there. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to episode 31 of Coffee, Casuals, and Pringles. We have a really awesome show for you guys today. We've got Creating Beyond Limits here. He's on cam choking on Pringles. That's amazing. Would you like to say good morning?
Good morning, good afternoon, good night, whatever, depending on where you live. Top of the morning to you. You're up for a good show, yar.
That is awesome. And then we have...
I tripod Irish accent. Like, what the fuck?
I can't do that. I would fail.
I'm Irish. I shouldn't try to put on one.
You have to try. That's scary. But hey, it's awesome. You did well. At least I think you did well. Xbot, say good morning.
What's going on, everybody? I was almost late because I was in a public event and me and some other random switched that sucker to heroic and we kicked some ass, man.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I'm like super after 3 cups of coffee in that public event. I am super hyper right now. Oh my goodness.
We can tell, Xbot. We can tell. So Xbot decided he wanted to play some Destiny 2, like literally right before the show, and then he gets on late, and then he wonders why I yell at him. And then we have Mr. Boomstick. Would you like to say good morning?
Hello, everyone. Good morning. Thanks for showing up today. Hopefully you have your cup of coffee ready to go. And yes, it's been Destiny all day, all night.
And Mr. Boomstick is actually the reason why we are late.
Yes.
We're delaying because he had a delivery of not presents.
Yeah.
Oh, guys, I just gotta say, when it comes to Destiny 2, Oh Snaps came up with a money dance whenever she finds a chest and she starts screaming, money, 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 money.
You gotta teabag while you do it. Okay, it doesn't work if you don't teabag. Yeah, it was Supersonic Station's turn to say good morning, but he decided he was gonna step out and he'll be back at some point. I don't know where he went. And then you have me, the host of the show. Oh snap, it's Mel. I hope you guys enjoy the show. Good morning, everybody in the chat. It's nice to see a bunch of friendly, familiar faces here. Great Minds went to bring me some breakfast and it never got here. So good morning, Great Minds. Good morning, Sabsky. Good morning, Deviant Brazen. It's so awesome when we see you guys here hanging out with us. Good morning, Jago Kukin. I hope I said that right. Kukin.
Just call him Jago.
Jago, Jago, Neo Mental. Good morning. What is up? So we're gonna bullshit for a bit while we wait for Supersonic Station to get back.
It says in the chat he's hearing voices. Actually, it says echoes, but I like to say he's hearing voices.
He probably has to mute his YouTube.
Yeah.
He didn't have his headset on or something. I don't really know. You're fired.
I think I know what it is. I think Skeletor has finally taken over.
Well, I guess he's there.
Flea bitten fool, I'll cover my throne with your hide.
You see?
Sorry, Skeletor says good morning. Sorry, like I kept hearing a bunch of echoes and stuff, so I had to leave.
Oh, well, you know what? It's probably because your YouTube's not muted.
No, because I had 8 million tabs open up at once.
Oh, yeah.
I'll fix it.
Awesome. Well, say good morning and stuff and things.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone in chat. It's going to be an awesome show. I can't wait to talk about stuff.
Yeah. Good morning, Fuzzy Belvedere. All right, guys. I need some warm, fresh coffee. I've had the last coffee for like an hour, and I'm not really happy right now. If you guys notice in the description, I added the graphic god to the usual suspects because he is our unofficial member of Coffee Casuals and Consoles. He was going to join us today, but unfortunately he couldn't. So he joins whenever. He's got an open invitation, so he is officially the unofficial member of CCC.
Nice. Very nice.
But is that official?
It's
like
unofficially official, okay? I make the rules. You don't.
You don't. So, sit down, Xbot.
We're not going to talk about what we've been playing over the past week because that's very time consuming and we have a lot of fun stuff to talk about.
But there was a Forza 7. Forza Motorsport 7.
Okay, we can talk about that anyways, but quickly, because obviously everybody here now has played Destiny 2.
Yeah,
right?
I think we could pass that. I mean, we've all played it. We've all enjoyed it.
Yeah, but nobody's heard my opinion on it.
Oh, well, let's hear it.
We don't care about Xbox. No one heard mine.
No, I don't even care about mine. I
I
want
do.
to hear yours.
I'm very curious to see what Xbot has to say about it.
Yes, Xbox, please let us know what you think about Destiny 2.
I thought we were listening to your kind of experience and what you think.
Oh
but...
no, I'm gonna let you know afterwards.
Oh, okay. Save the best for last. I got you. My whole thing is, all right, and I still stand by this. When it comes to social media and what people talk about with Destiny 2, I think there's a lot of people out there that are kind of doing this game a disservice, because when it comes to the story, I absolutely love this story. Not only do I love the story, but I feel like the backdrops, the maps, and everything create a certain atmosphere that really draws you into what you're doing. And I feel like that's not championed enough. That's not talked about enough. Everybody's going straight to the grind and level 20 and 280 power and all that good stuff. But there is a very fun, entertaining, and immersive experience going from rank 1 to rank 20 and doing the story. I'm having a lot of fun playing the story. I'm actually a level 20 now, and I didn't beat the story yet because I'm looking around, looking in every little crack and crevice for any type of any type of box to open, any type of loot I can get while I'm in the story and stuff.
Money.
But
teabag.
I do feel, because the set pieces and stuff like that, when you're in the story, and I know you could go back in there and just wander around and stuff, but when you have motivation to be in certain places, it creates an atmosphere and an immersion level that I just feel a lot of people aren't really talking about. And maybe they should, man. I seriously, because it is a great way to get into the game. Yeah.
So, you know me and my ADD.
This game was tailored for you, by the way.
I think it was like, I don't know. We started, I think we did one mission, then we jumped into it online, and then I rode a little motorcycle bike toy thingy around and got sick, did a lot of, like, I don't know, like you can whoosh to the left and whoosh to the right. It's amazing. And then I just kept like taking off and finding little money boxes. And then we did our little teabag dance and stuff. You can't collect the money unless you do your teabag money dance. Otherwise it doesn't work.
Yeah, Lethal Sinner knows that now as well. He's probably doing that as we speak.
Yeah.
What you guys think about the gunplay? I'm just curious.
Fantastic. Literally the best in first-person shootings.
Nope.
Yes.
Swords are better.
Nope. I'm sorry. Halo 5 and what they do with that at 60 frames per second.
I don't know, man. I got a challenge on that, brother. I'm sorry.
No, it feels a lot crisper, a lot cleaner. But since I've played Halo Reach, and fundamentally this engine is built off the Halo Reach engine, I mean, it's decent. It's slower though. It's slower, and basically you're hitting bullet sponges is what you're doing, and I still like what Halo brings to the table more. I
think Halo. I really don't see a difference when you talk about bullet sponging, though. I mean, does it really matter whether you're doing an elite brute to, let's say, one of the other yellow barred?
Well, first of all, Boom, I want to tell you that elites and brutes are two different things. Okay, so.
No, I don't mean. I know they're two different things. I'm just saying that an elite brute, like a boss, it's the same thing, same principle as if you were fighting a brute that was overpowered in Halo, as opposed to fighting a fallen, yellow barred character.
Like I said, I see what you're saying, and it feels like old school Halo is the best way to say it. If you're a fan of the first three and you don't like what 343 is doing with the Halo 4, Halo 5 with the 60 frames per second, I think the frames per second, the smoothness and transition and the speed of switching guns and stuff like that, I think that gives Halo a definitive edge, in my opinion, from my hands on and stuff like that. But Destiny is definitely a game in and of itself. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to compare the two. I really don't.
I don't really think you can. I really think though they're similar in control, I really do think that they're two different beasts, to be honest.
They definitely are. I mean, at the core, you have Destiny 2 is more of an MMO like game where, you know, Halo brings something else to the table. Halo, I still have to go into the Crucible. I want to see what's going on in the PvP and stuff like that. But to me, Halo will always be definitive with competition, with balance in the multiplayer and over the top storyline. And I feel like Destiny 2 is getting closer to that with the storyline that they did with this game. It's just that the way the game is set up, like I said, a lot of Destiny fans, they don't talk about the story, and they talk about what goes on after the story all the time. And I think that kind of gives the game it's a little bit of a disservice, especially for new people coming into Destiny 2. I have a feeling people will love the story in this game.
I mean, I've heard a lot of people praise the story for Destiny 2 actually on YouTube and stuff.
I have a question. How does anybody pay attention to any story when you guys are in a party? Because I can't, like...
Oh, yeah.
It's hard. It definitely is harder. with a party.
If you have multiple people, I would absolutely agree with you, Mel, that it is certainly a lot harder to, you know, pay attention to what they're saying if you're, you know, hanging out with your friends.
I mean, I can't comprehend half of like what's going on a regular daily basis. So when I'm in a game and I'm in a party, I'm just like, can you guys shut up for a minute? And then they just keep on going, and fine.
I was thinking that last night. I was thinking that last night when OSnaps really got into it, because we had shout out to Lethal Sinner, Lethal Papa. I know the Don came in a little bit later on, and
Irrelevant Native,
which
had us, right?
Yeah, he was having issues with his mic, unfortunately. But yeah, so the party was like kind of like on and popping, and I thought about it to myself a couple times. I was like, man, OSnaps is not going to hear what. But you were playing your mobile game during cutscenes anyway.
We don't have to talk about that. Irrelevant Natives has put the subtitles on. That is a really good idea. And I can definitely do that. El Boogie says, I love the story. I just don't want to ruin it for people. That's really awesome, El Boogie. And hello, by the way. Hello, Texas Wolverine. I don't like stories being ruined for me. So if I'm going to get into something, I don't want to hear everybody else talk about it. I do have to say, though, considering Xbot used to be like the... he used to be the Destiny hater, okay?
Oh, my
That's like the best way to put it. He talks so much shit about Destiny back when the first one came out, and like I had it on GameFly, and he was just like, nah, 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 nah. Okay. I didn't even think he would give this game a chance, honestly. But I'm very shocked, you know, and Tony Almeida hooked us up with the game. I can't talk right now. And it's truly appreciated. And, you know, you definitely like, you made me want to give you a hug, but I can't. And I think Xbot is just like a kid in a
I'll give you a hug,
right
Tony.
Now.
Come here, Tony.
You just sound like a fucking creep. But yeah, he's just like in love with the game right now. That's
well, see, if I could defend myself real quick, all right, I gotta admit you now. Destiny hater with the original Destiny game. Now the story wasn't even in the game. You had to go to a website.
There wasn't any story in the game, but all you did was talk shit. Now, mind you, last night when we were playing with everybody, we were not playing really story, honestly. We're just doing whatever and having fun.
We were following OSnaps, and OSnaps was going to public event after public event and shooting metal eyeballs.
Had fun. There was no story involved.
That's what's cool about the game. You can just do whatever you want. Like if you want to like hurry up and grind and get to the raid before everyone else, you can do that. If you want to take your time and play solo, go explore, and you can do that. If you want to just goof off with your friends and jump up buildings and stuff and dance, you can do that. It's really cool. I'm really glad Xbot gave it a chance, and
yeah, I'm shocked.
It's awesome.
If you like Destiny 2, you'd like where Destiny 1 is.
Oh
now.
goodness, shut up, Dean.
No, like I'm just saying, like the Rise of Iron and Taken King, like lots of the stuff that's in Destiny 2 now is because of Destiny 1.
And here's the thing. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. but I'm also on a wait and see type attitude in terms of what's going to happen with the future of this game, and if they're going to do the exact same things when the DLC and stuff like that comes out.
Oh, that's a guarantee.
Destiny.
Yeah, I would say that you could probably bank on, if you don't have the current DLC, then unfortunately, as a player, you're going to be cut off from that part of the universe. And I mean, that's
you don't get the
money.
You don't get the full story unless you get the Activision.
That's so Activision, you know. I mean, they're you know, games of a service are the new thing, and you know they were testing the waters with Destiny 1, and you know a lot of people jumped on board much later when you can get like the Game of the Year edition where it came with everything. But at that point, you're so far behind. You know, I don't know if you really want to get involved.
But why would you want to give them less money when you can give them more money at the start?
It's so true, D.
Preach.
Wow.
I know, like, I don't mind them bringing out expansions and stuff like that, like anyone else, really. It's just the fact that they lock people off from things. That's like a dickhead move. But Bungie was always known for doing that. They did that with Halo back in the day, too. Like,
well, as soon as the DLC drops, then there's no longer raids or anything like that for anybody who has the core game, which is that will definitely kind of suck. You know what I'm saying? It's like they won't support the core game if you don't add in that additional $30. You know what I'm saying when it comes up. So that is something that I will probably have an issue all the way through with.
Yeah, because you get level cap too.
Can I ask what your light levels are?
Mine, I'm at like 201, 202.
It's pretty high already. Nice.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It needs to get raid ready.
Yeah, get raid ready.
I still have to beat the story. What are you talking about, man?
You don't need to beat the story to do the raid.
No, but I want to beat. Dean, have you listened to me at all, man?
That's your choice.
No one plays Destiny for this. I cleared the story mode twice. I did a solo and I did it with my friend. Like I really liked the story. I thought they did a really good job. I was sad when it ended because it was over, but like just the whole the cinematics in the game were amazing. The areas that you go to, like it was actually surprising me how little you were on a planet for the story missions. It's like you did 1 or 2 missions on a planet and you move on to the next one. I thought that was crazy. But I really enjoy it.
Well, yo, shout out to El Boogie. El Boogie, I don't play World of Warcraft. I am not a PC gamer per se. So if that's like a PC thing where they come out with the DLC and they kind of lock people off, I don't want that coming to console then. You see what I'm saying? I like the ecosystem of the console and stuff like that. I don't want like the negative aspects of PC gaming coming over to the Xbox platform. Basically,
buckle up because I think we're gonna get a lot more coming our way.
Supersonic, we should tell them about the awesome trip we had to the raid.
Oh yeah, what happened? I forgot. I just remembered dying a lot.
You meant to go to a raid with 6 people, and we just went with the boat of us for a crack just to have a look at it.
We're like, it's so beautiful. Then we get owned.
No, it was fun though. I really need to do that. I need like people.
I have no idea what happened. All right, you said it's so beautiful, and then you guys got killed.
Oh yeah, we got swarmed by a shit ton of enemies. You're meant to have a squad of 6 people with you, and because the recommended light level was 270, like all the enemies are really strong, and we were just outnumbered.
I don't know what my light level is, honestly. I don't know.
Actually, now, guys, it's power. All right, that's how we talk about it.
Power, lights, money.
My power level was not over 9,000, and we did not stand a chance.
I'll probably jump in that when I hit 300. So this way, I get a nice little cushion.
Cool. So we're not going to talk about Destiny anymore, guys. It was fun. I'm enjoying it.
Okay,
you'll have to stay tuned for some streams to find out more. I will be doing some streams that if I ever have time in my life, but we have a lot to cover today. So we're going to talk about why are you mad and why I'm mad, because my video got lots of comments.
Oh, wow. Look at the time. I have to go.
No, you don't. So
I hear my mom calling.
tell us why you're mad. I want to do another tell us why you're mad. But I want to do another. Tell us why you're mad. So I want to do another tell us why you're mad. So I want to do another tell us why you're mad. So I want to do another tell us why you're mad. as far as in the gaming and, you know, pretty much anything. You guys could let us know why you're mad. We'll read your comments live on the show. So I made a video, and it also basically explained why I was mad. You guys, I was pissed off because Xbot, yeah, I said Xbot. He feels that I should share my Xbox with the kids. I was not happy about this. And, you know, every now and then it's okay. But anyways, I made an entire video on it. And I just think that if it's mine, it's mine. And I should not have to share it if the kids have one of their own. So I just want to hear everybody say that they agree. And then we can move on to the comments.
She is keeping the particulars out of this and the details out of it as well. Yes. She's making this very vague, broad stroking it all the way through.
They have their own one.
Yes, exactly.
All right, we have a 14. Hold on, we have a 14-year-old that does have an Xbox One. Unfortunately, the Wi-Fi that reaches to his room is absolutely horrible. He had just got a new game and he wanted to stream it. He really, like, his streams don't come out any type of quality at all. And he wanted to use the Xbox in the living room. And the one in the living room.
No, the one in the living room is mine.
The one in the living room is snaps. All right. Now
go get a really, really long Ethernet cord and just.
Well, she came out with a deal with him when it comes to grades, but he has to go through the first 2 quarters of A's and B's before we even give him that hardwire as well. Yeah. So until then, he's kind of like shit out of luck. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so when he asked to do it and she automatically said no, I was like,
okay, but Xbox could totally offer up his console, right?
I could, but right? I don't like your TV. There's a delay in it, and I don't like.
No, that's not the point, man.
Oh, so that's the point. Get your popcorn, everyone. It's good.
I would go over there and throw my coffee on you, but it's not hot, so I can't. So yeah, in the chat.
Daz, that is a great idea. The next time, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna be like, yes, you could stream in the living room. Bring your Xbox in there.
That is not a bad idea, but it's my TV also.
Oh, you can't have a TV in the living room.
Sharing is caring.
No.
Guys, do you hear the details that were left out of this whole thing now?
No, okay, but the thing is...
Most naps don't like to share toys.
If I didn't have the ability to stream, then I can't stream, right? All right, so I don't think it's okay for Xbox to just be like, yeah, the other day I was like, tell Justin that he can use my Xbox, and he was like, oh, I already did. Like, what gives you that right? Now, mind you, Xbox always tells me I need to ask the kids if I want something of theirs, if I want to use something, eat their fucking candy. It doesn't matter what it is. I need to ask.
Oh, she's a candy gremlin when it comes to the kids. Like, after Halloween, she will be in their stash.
That's not true.
She will be in their stash.
They still have Halloween candy from last year. That's not the point.
We are emptying skeletons from the closet right now.
Don't you talk shit on skeletons. Just kidding.
So the point of the matter is, how can you tell me I have to ask the kids for stuff if I want to use something or eat something that belongs to them? Mind you, they have their own shit, and I have to ask, but it's okay for you to give permission.
Oh, snaps. What was it like when the twins didn't have an Xbox? Where were they going to watch Netflix or possibly play video games at any point?
And they had my permission.
Round fight. You guys are going to join the UK days.
All right. And what about when Tyler comes over? What Xbox is he usually playing on?
He asked me to use mine.
Yeah, and you don't say no.
But he asked.
But you don't say no.
But he asked, and he didn't say, hey, I'm just going to take it upon myself to tell myself yes. Okay, anyways, you know what, guys? I'm right. Xbox wrong. This is going to be like a whole other debate segment.
I was waiting for this, man. I wrote notes down and everything. I was like,
no, I think
it's not going to be.
So,
I am not going to be the evil man here. All right.
In the chat, Sobsky says, screw sharing. UK Dazra says, no. Neo-mental, listen very carefully. ... Rule number 1. Whatever the wife says is right. Rule number 2. Refer to rule number 1. Thank you. So, yeah. That is awesome. I'm really pissy when it comes to my toys because I have my toys and I work really fucking hard for my toys. So I don't want people to use them if I don't want them to. That's all. Simple.
You know what makes me mad about gaming? It's like when people don't share stuff. I'm just kidding.
It's like waiting
people that
for like
share their hardware. Oh my goodness, that's I get so irate.
All right, so going to the video comments. Z Black Rider says, "Need more info to be a rational human," and he says, "No!" Exclamation point. Kids are stinky. That is awesome. I mean, what? Go ahead.
What makes me mad about gaming is stinking kids. Okay, go ahead.
Stinking kids. Jago says, "I'm mad because most of my time is spent at work working for somebody else, and the only true day I get for gaming is Saturdays, because when my girl gets home from work or on Sundays when she's off with me, I can't play games unless it's something she wants me to play." So that's really
I got a
frustrating.
solution to that. Turn on Dr. Phil or Judge Judy in the other room, then you're all set.
Is that hold on, Sonic, is that what you do? Is that what you do? You got them on DVR, like it's just episode after episode, real quick.
Yep. Or introduce her to phone games, then you're all set.
Hey.
That could backfire, trust me. That could backfire.
Yeah, well, you know what? The thing is here, okay, I just played one phone game and you know, that's it. And I just wanted to spend $9.99 to get more coins, and Xbox like, no. But yeah, I get addicted to phone games once in a blue moon. So it's totally understandable. Like, they're very addicting, and then you're like, fuck, I need to spend money. So back to Jago, though. I can totally understand because it's really frustrating when we go to work all day. We're never home to, you know, enjoy what we buy to relax with. You know, like I go to work for sometimes, you know, 9 hours, sometimes 14 hours. And then I come home, go to sleep, go back to work, do it again. Somewhere in between there, I eat and I go on Twitter. And it really sucks because we pay all this money to, you know, enjoy stuff, and we can't enjoy anything. But, you know, I guess in the sense, like, we are blessed in our house because we're both a couple that games. So, you know, we play whatever we want. I play my console, Xbox plays his, the kids all play mine whenever Xbox is.
Oh, you didn't have there. So come on, let's get past that.
So yeah, it's understanding how that can be really frustrating, you know, and hopefully you can find your way around that where you guys can come to some happy medium instead of it just being Saturday. Say, hey, listen, this is what I want to play. Make plans prior to. Maybe that would help. And Jago also goes on to say, stuck watching Bones now rather than playing Destiny 2 with a couple of bad faces.
Jago, doesn't that suck? Like, the entire time you're watching that show, your mind is not anywhere else but what you could be doing at that point in time, man. That sucks.
Oh man. So in the comments, Dad says, I agree, Melsky. I let no fucker on my Xbox. It's mine. Apart from the general public, make me mad. Working in the public sector makes you see how thick some peeps are. I can imagine. Like, you know, at work, I work with, you know, customer service and cookies and people. But you work with, I believe, like public transportation stuff and things. I'm not really sure, but
I don't know. He had a weed whacker in a picture a couple days ago. And like he had one of those reflector vests and stuff like that. So I'm not sure if he does like
maybe work for the city or state or something. I don't know. Why don't you just tell us instead of speculating what Daz does?
He works for the Queen of England.
Okay, Daz, what is it? Cool. Okay. So yeah, people are very thick sometimes. Like, you just want to pop them in the forehead and just be like, get a life. But you can't do that. It's not nice. Michael Lugo says, Mel, you should be able to play your own console, and Xbox should offer up his system as well. Absolutely. Done deal. So
I was actually thinking about doing, if you were like, you guys also got to realize it is very hard to read snaps in real life. Like, I try to read on if she's playing around, if she's being sarcastic, or if she's dead ass serious.
If I'm laughing, you should be scared.
I have 3 options. So I basically only have a 33% chance of getting something right. All right. So sometimes I roll the dice and take a gamble, and I'm wrong. Like,
That is true.
Can I throw something in that makes me mad? Like one of the many things. When people are playing on their damn phone games and tell me I play games too much, and they're always on their damn phones playing bingo or Candy Crush or something, that pisses me off. That's very hypocritical.
It is very hypocritical, but play games together, video games or mobile games, right? Those count. That's a way to kind of get by that. I feel like this is gonna turn into like a relationship. What do you call it? Fuck.
Let's get the cushy couch ready. Everybody sit down.
This is gonna be the relationship gaming therapy session.
That's a great idea, actually.
I know, right? So Fuzzy Belvedere says, "Why I'm mad. Established gaming media have lost focus on games on all platforms. If it's not AAA, IGN, the No, GameRanks, GameSpot don't cover it. They rather focus on drama of some platforms with a bit of bias and harp on sales numbers." I almost
said that?
Fuzzy Belvedere.
Great.
He
great
said,
comment.
"I almost wish the gaming media were more like automotive media, where they only put positives on sales are brought up based on the company press release, and products are thoroughly evaluated individually with peers. It is a bias in automotive." Sorry, I can't read right now. "In automotive reviews, yes, but the subjective things are easily identified, like design, taste, features, preference." That's a very good point. God damn it, I fucking muted myself.
Okay. I was wondering what happened.
Translate that last part again.
No, you can go read the comment. It's going to take me too long. I can't read little words right now. I need glasses or something. But the subjective things are easily identified. That's the last line. Like design, taste, and feature preferences. When it comes to the gaming industry, they should put positives out there instead of focusing on the negatives. I feel like it's really important to focus on the positive God damn it, of everything. Because when you have a game, if you bring in all this negative attention because of a console war, this, that, and the other, then who's that benefiting? I mean, at the end of the day, it's not really going to benefit you and your clicks.
If something sucks, though, people should know about it.
That's true, but there's always a pro and con.
But
it's more like the established gaming media. They're losing focus.
The media, yeah.
Yeah, it's the gaming media.
But it's like pretty much.
We can all form our own opinions if we think something sucks, but when you have those people that the major channels and news that people are going to listen to, that's what really is going to sway people's opinions. So, yeah.
Well, I got to say, when it comes to Fuzzy, that was a great comment. I feel the same way. I feel like when it comes to the big gaming media, they lost the idea that games are for gamers and games are for entertainment. And when all of a sudden a game review is all about a tech analysis and what native resolution and not about like the fun enjoyment or immersion of the game, and then they're the people that are going there to tune in to check out the reviews, they're definitely missing out on something, which is why
I definitely want to agree with you, because when you have a casual gamer like me, I don't want to hear anybody talk about tech specs, this, that, the other bullshit. I want to hear the positives and the negatives of the game. I want to hear, like, if it's fun. I don't care about the fucking pixels and stuff like that. I want to know the positives and the negatives of the game itself, and what it's like to play it before I purchase it. That's why I'd rather form my own opinion.
That's why I watch like smaller YouTubers, because I get sick of that shit too.
Well, they give more of a realistic opinion as opposed to the bullshit that you have to deal with when you turn toward a major outlet.
Yep.
All right, so William Neal Galloway says, "What makes me mad is when sensitive people flag satire channels." I don't know if that makes me mad, but yeah, I could see how that pisses some people off. If a channel is flagged, what happens though? Does it get removed?
It depends, like how many flags. If it's a trend, if Like it has to be investigated before they really do something major, like remove your channel or anything like that. But yeah, the thing is, guys, you can tell what is satire, what is entertainment when
it
people
depends
are.
on the scope of it and how how they go about putting everything out there.
I'll put it this way. There's a YouTuber out there, 1316 Killer, right? Now he's gone after a few of my friends and everything like that. But to me, like I wouldn't give a shit if he went after me. I would watch all the videos and I would laugh because in the end it's just entertainment, you know. And when he said, he does a disclaimer in front of every single video he does saying that it's entertainment. Like I wouldn't flag anybody like that because I go in to see how creative he is with like his shots and his sarcasm and stuff like that. And I watched the videos for that, not thinking that he is just completely speaking truth and this person should be this way or this person should be that. It's all for fun, and I have no problem with that.
His channel is interesting. I would like to get him on the show someday to hear what he has to say.
He might choke you out like he was going to do Solid Rev.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
But see, he said choke you out because Solid Rev's got the big arms. You see what I'm saying? Satire, entertainment.
That shit was funny. Oh my god.
Yeah, like at the end of the day, he's a personality, and people need to understand that instead of like getting so pissed off. Okay, so back to comments. We have Jay Fonzarelli. He said, "I'm mad at all the sensitive, whiny, grown-ass men within the community that can't handle criticisms or jokes, even." Which kind of goes back to what we were just saying a moment ago.
Sapsky called someone a dick splash. I've never heard that before. Dick splash.
I don't understand that term. Does that mean that there's a naked guy next to the pool and he just flops it in the water?
Wow, no, guys, are not
the visuals. The visuals. This is what I come back to.
I want to understand this, man.
Thank you, Sapsky. Please explain a dick splash in the chat. That's horrible. So yeah, now that's stuck in my head, guys. Thanks. We're going back to
move on with that picture in your brain.
Yeah, dick splash. So yeah, whiny, sensitive, grown-ass men in the community. There's a lot of people who get like really sensitive. And that fucking is so annoying. But I think it depends on what situation. We all kind of go through that at some point in time. You can't ever say that you haven't gotten salty over something that you saw, because all of us have if we're here on this podcast. And you know, it may not be the most relevant thing right now, and it might not be the most important thing that has happened, but there's something that has pissed you off that you were just pissed off and whiny about because you're grown-ass men. See, the women, we're just shady. No. We're just shady. We'll just set shit on fire. Okay.
That's a way to solve it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm trying to go through more of the comments that are not necessarily in regards to the videos, but I was looking for more of the
there's a lot of people saying fuck Xbot.
Xbot's like, I'm over here. Hi.
Hi, everybody.
Xbot, stop whining. I'm just kidding.
Sabsky says, I'm mad that most of the time developers leave all the heavy hitters to release in the holiday season, making it difficult for them to allow room for each to breathe, essentially. So I don't even know what heavy hitters we really have coming this holiday other than Forza 7, Call of Duty,
Battlefront 2, Call of Duty,
Assassin's Creed.
South Park, or is that next year?
There's a line of them.
I guess it really depends on I guess it would make a difference to me if I was looking forward to all those, but I'm not. So it doesn't really help for me, but maybe for you guys who prefer playing more of different types. Like right now, I just want to play Orcs Must Die. And
I want that horror game. I forgot what it's called. Part 2. What's it called? That horror game coming out.
Evil Within.
Oh yeah,
yes.
Evil Within 2. Yeah.
Oh my god, those trailers look awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you depending on where you define like Wolfenstein, that I consider a AAA title. That's another big one that's coming. You have, I mean, again, if we're just moving, if we're talking multi-plat, you have Mario for the Switch, which looks absolutely going to be like right up there with the Game of the Year contender.
Mm. Daz in the chat, he says, peeps, I have a 1 month EA access code dropping in the chat. Keep your eye out, broski dasky connection.
Nice.
Oh no.
So 1 month of EA access. God, what the fuck is wrong with me? 1 month of EA access coming up.
Hey, Star Wars Battlefront, you could use that and get a huge discount.
Dun, dun,
Yep.
dun.
Bada
It's gonna
boom,
be
bada boom.
dropping in the chat, so keep your eye on the chat, guys. Hold up, there was one. Great Mind says, "Why I'm mad. I day one purchased all of my consoles."
Well, I'm sorry. I just want to say something to Sobsky about that whole holiday thing. Unfortunately, when you look at it from a business perspective, you know, the holidays is where people spend the most money, and even the smallest developer, if they get like an 8% piece of that pie, that's still probably a lot more than they would make in like a January release or something like that. But I do think that more companies and more developers are seeing potential in the tax timetable when people get their taxes back as well.
Hey, that's when I go shopping.
So like I think it's going to change, but at the end of the day, you got to remember these publishers, developers, they're doing things, you know, they're doing the craft that they love, but it's also to make money because love doesn't put food on the table. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day,
if you're a hooker, it does.
oh wow,
that does not make it love. Then you love money or you love hooking.
Oh, snaps! I thought about that immediately, but I was like, you know what? I'm not even going to go there. But you went there, so I'm gonna agree with snaps on that. But yeah, so fortunately now with what you know, Sony and PlayStation have been doing with dropping like new IPs and stuff like that early in the year, I think the rest of the industry is taking notice on that as well. And it's in fact going to spread out kind of like the new game drop window, and we're going to see more kind of like spread out throughout the year. But at the end of the day, like it was business for a long time, and that's where the money was. So that's where the games came out, you know.
Hey, Luca just joined the chat. Make sure to hit that thumbs up and share this stream out to everyone. Thanks everyone for watching.
Good morning, Luca.
Oh, thank you, Luca. I made it myself.
What?
My new pick. She said she likes my new pick. I was like, I made it myself.
Yeah, you messed up a little, but that's okay.
You're looking good, man.
All right, so I'm gonna read Great Minds' comment. Why I'm mad. I day one purchased all of my consoles, but 6 months later, 6 months to a year later, there's a new limited edition one that I have to pass up. I'm not day one purchasing another console. Yeah, that really would piss me off too, especially because, all right, so right now we have day one Xbox Scorpio pre-orders, right? And then the regular standard ones go live today.
I think they already went live and they're sold out already.
Yeah,
no, they're not sold out already.
They went live at midnight, actually.
They didn't go live on Amazon.
Oh, not on Amazon, but most stores had it up. I saw it being tweeted overnight.
I heard GameStop is 1 p.m. Eastern today.
I don't know. I'm lost.
Now, the question that I have for the chat as well as the group is, should these sell out as quickly as the Scorpio editions?
No.
Bullshit.
No, I'm just saying, if they do, will the media turn it as to Microsoft not having enough of them, or it actually being reality that people are just hyped for the system?
Maybe Microsoft is trying to pull a Nintendo card here, because there's never been a time that I remember where they were sold out to the point where they didn't have them available like more than a day or two. Like, I feel like they're doing a supply and demand type of bullshit here, like Nintendo does at this point, because I just don't find it feasible.
I really want to know the numbers. I do agree. I think I said that last
I
week
want to
too.
see the numbers. What is this bullshit?
I want to know the numbers of the Scorpio edition too.
Yes, so do I. I think it poses more questions than not when you don't put the numbers out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I'm just thinking it's bullshit if you ask me. Especially because I saw the article earlier where was it? Major Nelson said that they were going live today, and then you're saying they went live last night. But then when I when on Amazon it says you're signed up for alerts, but they didn't actually go live yet. So I think they're just fucking with people at this point, and I'm not okay with that. I'm not okay with the fuckery.
Well, it's live over here to pre-order from GameStop.
Well, the funny thing is when it comes to numbers, like Boom was saying, and how O-Snaps agreed and stuff like that, a lot of people, when Microsoft and Xbox decided that they weren't going to share like hardware sales numbers, a lot of people thought it was to hide the actual sales units and stuff like that. It really wasn't. That's not why they did that. And I was actually going to make a video and maybe drop it today about it. But the fact is, it's because with the ending of the generation, like the generational things, they want to show it as an ecosystem, not each particular hardware per se. That's why they went to the active user base on Xbox Live as the number that they go to like the shareholders with and stuff like that, because they're no longer, you're not going to see like an Xbox 2. It will be an Xbox One with a different version to it, like kind of like the cell phone kind of like structuring and stuff like that. So they don't want to focus on hardware sales because it's about who is using the multiple systems and who is active on their online, services. And that's why they did that.
I'm there at Amazon right now, and it says currently unavailable.
Yeah, well, when I was on, it says you're signed up for alerts. El Boogie says in the chat that it's not Microsoft doing that; it's the individual retailers. But I can totally understand that. But also, how many are they allowed to purchase? I mean, even with the Microsoft store, that would absolutely be Microsoft.
If the numbers do exceed, if the pre-order numbers get so astronomical that they exceed what they can actually produce within that time, then they will definitely sell out everywhere. All right. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to like Xbox, they have factories in Brazil and they have factories in China. Right.
Okay. Yeah.
I was very happy that like the Xbox ones that I have ever owned were ones that actually came from Brazil. But they have, a lot of production lines where they can go in and produce the One X. They also got to produce the S because the S is still going to be on shelves and stuff like that. But I don't see them hitting that huge number where it's like the production lines just will not be able to keep up with the system.
You also got to remember that they are opening it up in many more regions than they originally did with the Xbox. The Xbox One. Mm-hmm. So that's going to thin out.
That's a very good point.
That's going to thin out the ranks a little quicker, I would imagine. But I'm there at Best Buy as well, and it says coming soon. So if they haven't gone live yet, maybe 1 o'clock. But I really wish they would just get out there, let the people order them, and stop with the nonsense. To be honest,
yeah, I believe the magic number is 1 p.m. Eastern. So
okay, so we got some time.
Why were they tweeting that shit out last night at like 1 o'clock in the morning?
Exactly. That's exactly why I thought it went live last night, because I was getting tweets left and right that it was going to be available.
Just telling you to get your wallets ready. Pull out that debit card.
Pre-order.
No, they said it was live, like when they were tweeting it, like Major Nelson and everyone.
Maybe this is the second round. That the first round, we'll know by this afternoon when Microsoft, VPs will be tweeting, "Hey, sold out again. Sorry."
Yeah, but even when can I just point this out real quick? Even when they said the Project Scorpio edition was sold out, this is like going 4 days, and everybody kept talking about how it was sold out day 1, day 2.
Target was still selling.
And then I found them like 4 or 5 days later on Target's website. So they were not sold out. You could actually pre-order them. So
Major Nelson just tweeted Xbox One X is now available for pre-order in the UK and many parts of Europe, North America later today.
Mm-hmm. North America later today.
And he tweeted that 4 minutes ago.
All right, cool. What's up, Mr. Midlife Crisis?
Well, Snaps, I am very glad that you did bring that up, because I remember sitting there with you, like outside on the front porch, like we're each like scratching our heads. We're like, but everybody's saying it's sold out everywhere, and we're looking at the Target website, and it's like pre-order right then and there.
I'm guessing that it gets doled out, and maybe they got extra stock that's the only way I could describe it of them having it after everyone's saying, "Oh, it's sold out all over the place."
Maybe it's just a bunch of Target haters that don't go to the website and they're just like, "It's sold out everywhere. We're not looking at Target."
Well, I mean, needless to say, it's going to be a hot system, and I'm really looking forward to actually having it. I really wish that November 7th was here already.
Oh my God! I see a free code in the chat.
According to dealer, one of the systems was hot already.
Yeah, and you know what? I love the fact that a PlayStation centric podcast person is the one that in air quotes, reported on that. It's ridiculous. It's one out of how many Xbox Ones have been at different events. You can.
Yeah, when you make any tech on a production line, there is always going to be a certain percentage that comes off the line faulty. Yes. You're not going to get a perfect 100%. All these things are running smoothly, and that's where, when it comes to Xbox and Microsoft, the good thing about that is their customer support. Because
it was a dev kit anyway.
Yes, it was a dev kit, and you're right. Their customer support is really good. They've always helped me. I've never had an issue.
Well, especially when these things first come off the line. But no, I just want to let people know out there, because once this thing launches, there are haters. There are haters on every front. There are extremists on every front. When the PS4 Pro came out, there was people saying, "Oh, well, look at that sucker's overheating."
It's
all right,
melting.
You're gonna get this. You're going to get this.
They were taking a piss on it. It's saran wrap.
Are you talking about PP Reaper?
Oh my God, he's awesome. I love
my boy PP Reaper. I thought that. You know what I thought was so funny about that? He literally saran wrapped that thing airtight before he peed on it. So obviously he cared to a certain extent.
That was so funny.
But yeah, I just want to let people know, when the production does come out, there are going to be some bad eggs in the production line. It happens with every single thing: iPhones, Androids, anything you can think of, TVs or whatnot. There's always a percentage that comes off the line as faulty. So just don't listen to the first couple things that come out. If it turns out to be a trend, I know everybody here on the panel, all my friends on YouTube, will definitely let you guys know if there is an actual trend going on with that.
As much as most of the people that are on the podcast, as well as some of the other ones that were on, if there's something good about Microsoft happening, we will cheer. But rest assured, if there's a problem, we will also speak on that.
Ooh, you're almost touching on the subject of why I'm mad. I can't wait.
All right. Well, if you guys want to get into go for that now, so that way, why are you mad, Xbox? Because we're gonna be moving on shortly.
I am completely pissed off, and I think I'm gonna trigger Sonic here. Yeah, I am completely pissed off at the people on social media trying to hype Super Lucky's Tale as the next greatest cartoon platformer, next to Mario and all that good stuff.
Unacceptable.
Guys, here's the deal, all right? It is. I hope it's a quality game, and I know that our lineup this year, when it comes to exclusives, is very, very thin.
Yeah, it's sparse, to say the least.
But the thing is, overhyping a game to a certain extent can kill it as much as doing the direct opposite.
All right. I want to do defense real quick.
No, I'm not done. I'm not done ranting.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. The thing is, you could be excited for it, but put it into a proper perspective. Realize that when it came out, when the first game came out in VR, it wasn't hugely successful. All right. They're doing a lot more with it. They're catering to a larger group right now with it coming out on console. Understandable, but to compare it to the classic platformers that have been established, throughout the previous generations, and then knowing that platformers don't do as good this generation as they have done in the past. Now, the only thing being was Crash Bandicoot with that whole nostalgia bullshit, right? I hate Crash Bandicoot, but the thing is, let the game breathe, let the game build up, let the game come out, and let people get their hands on it before you praise it as the second coming of you know, the platforming spectrum. Like
The second coming of Super Mario.
When did I do that? I don't remember.
I didn't say you did. I said
He
I
said
will
you might get triggered because
by saying that, but I didn't say you, man.
Actually,
Like,
look at the chat. Sucka D.
I do have friends. I have friends that are excited for the game and all that good stuff. Yeah, no, I do have friends. It's crazy, but
the only thing. Well, go ahead.
I'm not like really trying to point it at them. I've seen a trend throughout, like, you know, social media, Twitter and stuff like that, that I have to be like, yo, guys, calm the down. All right. I don't think anybody is going and getting the One X just for Super Lucky's Tale right now.
Yeah.
It might.
I've never seen this game overhyped though by anyone. The only thing I said was
don't wear those blinders, sir. Don't wear those blinders.
I see a lot of people overhyping the cup game. God damn it, what's it called?
No, just the chick from the cup game. She's hot.
Yeah, the chick from the cup game. But
time out. Let me talk about Lucky first.
I guess so.
Okay. Like on Oculus Rift, it's just an amazing game. It's an amazing experience. It does feel a lot like Mario 64, so I just want people to know how the game's gonna play. And I expect them to do it justice with the sequel and make it better than the Oculus Rift version, but it's like a total different experience in VR. But I really enjoyed the first one, so I wanted to tell people that the game doesn't suck and like don't trash it till you try it.
Well, all right, okay. Here's the thing, Xbot, and I'm actually going to come in the middle. I'm going to be king neutral for a hot second. Okay,
because you're taking my spot. I was actually coming in the middle there, but go ahead, Boom.
The thing is this. First of all, you gotta, expectations, people. Okay, here's the thing. It's $30. It's considered a $30 title is considered in most gaming circles as a budget title. Now, this game, I'm super excited, and the minute it went up on live, I bought it. I immediately, it's already preloaded, ready to rock and roll. I love platformers. I'm a little older than most people on the panel, so I grew up with platformers. I'm excited for this game. I don't think it's the second coming, but at the same time, I would not discount this game's, market share, because really there are not a lot of platformers currently on either of the platforms for that matter.
Don't put that on Super Lucky's Tale's back. Like, yo, Boom, not for anything. I've watched the gameplay and stuff, and I will try the game, no doubt. But doesn't anybody on the panel or in the chat, do you see, when you look at that gameplay, how oversimplified it is, even for a platformer, to the point where it's like,
Hi, Sean Murray, hi.
Here we go.
There we go. But like, just seeing the gameplay, it looks it looks like it's definitely intended for children, and then of course parents come in, have fun with them as well. But it seems like a very oversimplified platformer with what I've seen from gameplay.
That's why I'm confused, because like what they're showing off on the one for the Xbox, it looks like a fucking phone game the way they're showing it off. The one that on Oculus Rift is just like a Mario 64 game. So like what they're showing off, I don't get it. They're making it look like a freaking phone game.
What's it? Super Lucky's Tale is my most anticipated game.
Crap. Yo, I'm sorry. I don't mean. I'm sorry for interrupting, but Mr. Midlife Crisis just said that he is going to have an Xbox One X giveaway on the release week of the One X. Oh
Mr.
my goodness!
Midlife,
holy crap!
We gotta talk.
Hey, buddy.
We gotta talk after the show.
I'm your biggest fan.
No, I am.
No, I am.
All right. So, anyways, so Super Lucky's Tale is creating Beyond Limits.
Most anticipated game.
Most anticipated game.
That's coming out for the rest of the year.
Stop lying, man.
I just haven't heard anyone like hype up the game. Go ahead.
It's not really like, well, it's a game I'd play. I wouldn't buy it unless it was like super cheap. But it's a game. Like, I don't see it being overhyped or that, and I just see them advertising it because it's a game that's for all ages, mostly aimed at like the younger audience, which Microsoft kind of needs, because
they definitely do. Yeah,
they need to promote it as much as possible. It's their biggest that kind of age group game that's coming out, and like they're gonna be competing against the Switch. You know, they're gonna have Mario. They need something to have as a face for the younger audience. You know,
And the graphics look good. It looks crisp, all that good stuff. And it's just that when I was watching, I look at even more than just the graphics. I'm watching like how the character is moving, what they're doing, all that good stuff. And it really looked to me like a very oversimplified platformer. And I'm not in that boat to hype stuff up just because, you know, it's exclusive to one platform. I hope it succeeds. I am in Boom's boat on that when it comes to I grew up on platformers and stuff. I feel like we need more. I feel like that genre can get very creative with their characters and their environments and stuff that you do in those games. And I feel like we definitely need more of those and a wider range of them. I'm just not, like if they were coming out with a new Banjo-Kazooie, like coming this holiday,
I'd be so happy.
Get on your rooftop and start shouting that shit out. But if you're up on the rooftop or on the skyscraper with the megaphone and you're trying to yell out Super Lucky's Tale, I'm just going to look at you cross-eyed and keep walking. You know what I'm saying?
Nobody's going to do that, Xbot. Nobody's going to do that. Okay? Don't worry about it. Just calm the fuck down.
No,
okay?
I am hyped right now.
I can tell. All right, so we're gonna put.
I just want to say, Phil Shady better fucking like on Banjo-Kazooie now that he has his new promotion and shit. Banjo-Kazooie, Alan Wake 2.
Let's
Break 2.
Alan Wake,
promotion. I love that.
Let's move on to that because any other things that you're mad about, you can save till the end of the show. Apparently, Xbox really.
I'm mad that Oh Snaps puts me under the bus on her videos.
I will do it again every day. All right,
Can
guys.
I do one more? Oh, why I'm mad? It's a really
No,
quick
you can
one.
save it till the end of the show.
Okay.
Okay, great.
Write it down.
So let's talk about Phil Spencer's promotion. So I'm going to hand this over to Mr. Boomstick.
Okay, great. Well, it was reported by Business Insider that Microsoft Xbox boss Phil Spencer just got a big promotion, and he has been promoted to the executive vice president of gaming. So the best way I could describe this is that within Microsoft, there's the adult table. And then they have the kids table. He has now been blessed to now eat on the big table because he's considered one of the executives. And some of the biggest issues that I have personally seen with the way things have gone is it always seems like Microsoft has, when it comes to the gaming, we all have problems with their first party AAAs, right? We all do. And I understand that they have this mantra of, Xbox has no games. Listen, the system has games. Stop it. But first party AAA exclusive games, now that's a whole other story. And with this position, it seems as if the roadblock that was there in the form of Terry Myerson, who Phil Spencer used to report to, no longer has to talk to that guy. And from what I heard from industry people that I know is that he had a very short purse string when it came to taking chances on games. So I think that this is going to be, this promotion is not only good for Phil Spencer, but I think it's good for Xbox gamers as a whole.
It absolutely seems like it. I'll be honest with you. I actually waited to listen to you guys talk about it to put it into a better perspective because I read an article and just read blah, blah, blah. So I wanted to hear like thoughts on it and how it could benefit. And
you know what happened? Phil Spencer got up this morning, looked himself in the mirror, and said, "Congratulations." Hey, I bet you anything Yoshida doesn't get on Twitter and say congratulations to Phil Spencer, like Phil Spencer congratulates everyone else.
I didn't see that tweet, to be honest with you, and that's a really good point, dude. Because you know what, Microsoft is really the first company to get out there and say, "Hey, listen, great Switch launch or great PlayStation VR launch, Yoshida." You just never see that from those companies, and that's why I always like to keep Phil in the high aspect of being the good guy in the gaming community as well as in the business community, because he is like the one thing you got to give credit to Xbox. They're important people get out there and deal with the community on a one-on-one basis all the time.
Is this just Xbox or is this Windows games too? Because today I got forced a bunch of games to download, and that's really annoying. So I'm wondering if he's like in charge of the Windows games.
It's a weird situation because a lot of people are saying promotion, and yes, he has a new title. Yes, he doesn't have to deal with Terry anymore, which is a great thing. Now he gets to pitch right to the CEO, right to Satya. But the thing is, he's still like the head of Xbox.
Yes,
all right?
that is correct.
A lot of people are like, well, who's going to be the head of Xbox now? It's more of a restructuring than an absolute promotion, because now he's not like over Terry now, where Terry's got to go to him. I think Terry has moved off to a different thing within Microsoft, right? So it's more of a restructuring. But what this does, if you read the article, Satya Nadella wants to bring people in closer to him that is dealing with the services that he feels is important to Microsoft. Yes. And that's why he is dealing with Phil Spencer, and Phil Spencer is dealing with him now, which is a good thing because now Phil can pitch things to Satya. Of course, he's going to have to pitch them to Satya, and he's going to have to say what Satya wants to hear. You know what I'm saying? But it takes that Terry dude out of the equation. But when I hear big promotion and stuff like that, I won't disagree that it's a promotion, but it's more of a restructuring on Satya's side to bring together the people that are running the parts of Microsoft that he really wants to focus on from now going through the future. And that's why Phil is now dealing with Satya directly instead of having to go through that middleman who has that firm lock on the wallet now. So
and that's exactly why this is going to be a good thing, because if Phil himself, who is a gamer, we got to remember that this guy is a programmer, he's a gamer. Yes, he's in charge of Xbox. That's true, but before all of that, he's still a gamer at heart. And I think him pitching a game to Satya instead of Terry pitching the game to Satya be two different stories. Because like I said, I don't know, obviously, I don't run in those kind of circles, Terry Myerson personally, but I also have heard not so many good things about the man regarding, taking chances and spending money on the Xbox division, which obviously makes tons of money for Microsoft. So I think that as gamers, what does that mean to us? Well, that means that, later on, again, they've already said, Aaron Greenberg has said numerous times that they have plenty of games in development. They just are not willing to, share them yet. This is going to mean that the mantra again of the Xbox has no games could possibly change in the benefit of all gamers.
So this will allow them to open up their pockets a little bit more.
Because now you're dealing with the CEO. You got Phil Spencer telling Satya the reasons why they need to develop their first party more. What the consumer is talking about, because Phil is out on social media. He is talking to the gamers on Twitter and stuff like that. He can go back and point out like a series of tweets and stuff like that. And it's like, this is what they want. They will invest in our services. They will invest in Xbox Live. We just got to get this game out here. We got to develop this studio or whatnot. And it's going to be a way, way easier pitch than if Phil had to talk to Terry, who then talked to Satya, because a lot of the ideas and a lot of the projects, let's face it, just stopped at Terry. That was it.
That is correct.
No, we'll shoot this down. We can't do that. We don't have the budget for it. Where now Phil kind of has the key to that car to get to the guy who has, the bank account. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, Phil, turn back on the Project Spark servers, please.
Oh, he's not doing that just because you said that.
Jeez.
I tried.
Bring back Fable Legends.
I can only see good things, and obviously Phil has done something right to have this promotion, and I can see that we are going to have a very positive Xbox outlook in the future. Really quickly, Irrelevant Native says in the chat, I'll ask again, do you guys think Phil will still present at E3, etc.?
Yes.
etc.?
Yes.
I absolutely
He still has the same job.
Okay.
Basically is what it is. It's just that he is now he has more meetings now, because now Satya is going to come together with the people that he put into that group, which are from different divisions of Microsoft, to come together and to kind of brainstorm and to flesh out a blueprint and a future for each of those divisions. So he's still doing everything like head of Xbox and stuff like that. He just now he has a
He's kind of like the face of Xbox,
Yeah,
So
for sure. There's no doubt about that.
you don't want to lose that. We look to him for specific, let's say, information, or like everybody just looks to him, Aaron Greenberg and Mikey Barr for certain things, and he has that social aspect where he can talk to people. He can present, and he presents himself very well. So I
whenever he's talking, I'm always just like, because he's just so humble and he's just so nice when he's talking to people.
Yes.
And he knows a lot about games, obviously, like, because we already said everything that he's been involved with in the past. Like, he knows his shit. He knows what he's talking about.
He didn't get where he is just by being there. He worked for that.
Yeah,
you know what's funny, guys? You know what's funny? I think people are missing the bigger picture here, because everybody's like, congratulations, Phil, and everything like that. And there are people out there in the gaming industry and the media and on social media saying that, Xbox is going to be spun off from Microsoft and stuff, right? The bigger picture here is Satya Nadella is so dedicated to games within Microsoft and Xbox that he brought Phil up to the adult table, like Boom said. All right.
Well said, dude. That's a good point.
I don't feel like Satya Nadella is getting enough respect for realizing how important games are when it comes to Microsoft, Windows, and Xbox. So I got to say, huge shout out to Satya Nadella for recognizing how important this is as a part of Microsoft. Yeah.
Well, next to their cloud service, the Azure service, the gaming industry, Microsoft is pretty much booming right now. So something's going good over there.
Yeah,
absolutely.
They seem to be getting lots of positive, like more than usual, positive press recently.
Well, it's certainly nice for a change, because there's been so much negative press, since the Scorpio reveal and then the Digital Foundry reveal. It's just been every site that wants people to click there will just type in Xbox is doomed. They're selling the brand. No games. It's overheating. Anything for clicks. And I say this. I know Mooch from Crossfire has said this numerous times. Thank God for people like us and the different podcasts that actually represent the Xbox brand. And I think that we're all critical when it needs to be, but I think that we're all very positive when they deserve it. But if we weren't out here doing this, remember, people got to understand, we do this as a hobby. We like to get out there and deal with the fans. No one's getting paid for this. I mean, if you're like a crap gamer, that guy's making money because he has so many people that are subbed to him. But for the most part, the smaller podcasts, we're out here doing this because we actually care about the brand. Not fanboys or fangirls. Like I said, we will criticize when need be, but we will defend when we have to.
Damn right.
Here, you tell him, Boom.
Don't make me throw down the gauntlets, Xbox, because I will smack a bitch.
Oh, snap!
Like
I'll do the 1970s old school backhand to some pony. No problem.
Oh, you said the P word.
He did. I was like, what? Why? Pony.
He almost said Mario nipples, but he said
pony. I saw that. Mario has nipples now. Very frightening.
Oh, yeah. Guys, I had this idea when we're talking about that when we were doing the intros. I was gonna be like,
I forgot about that.
I was gonna be like, yo, we tweaked this episode and pinched out every bit of entertainment. we pierced the topics, but we didn't milk them. Mario nipples.
Fantastic.
That's what I was gonna do.
Innuendos.
That's horrible, Xbox.
Damn, I forgot. Yeah.
You're fired. All right. So speaking of Mario nipples, guys, do you think Mario should get his nipples pierced? That's the question of the day.
Skull and crossbones on each one.
Wow.
I think he looked more badass. Yeah.
I think the bigger question is, should he get a Jacob's ladder?
What?
Nobody?
We're not
Nobody?
smart enough for that
Sure.
stuff.
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right.
No.
Anybody in the chat, do you know what a Jacob's ladder is? Because if you do, you should be laughing right now. But go ahead. Yeah.
Nobody's laughing, Xbot. That's gross.
Damn it.
All right. So yeah. What is it? Super Mario Odyssey. You know, they had some pictures of Mario and his nipples are out, and because, you know, nobody in this world has nipples, Mario shouldn't have nipples. So, yeah.
It's just one of those things. I gotta say, Mel, I just think that it's one of those things that people are just really
sensitive assholes.
Yeah, I mean, look, he's a character. I mean, if you're a human being, we all have nipples. I don't see what the big deal is. He's just a shirtless Mario. Again, it's one of those. Why are we even talking about it? Why has the who's really making this?
If I play Grand Theft Auto and I go to a strip club and get a lap dance with a girl with big boobs and she doesn't have nipples, I'm gonna be pissed.
Well, see, I was actually disappointed.
And she doesn't have nipples. If she has boobs, it's fine.
I was actually very disappointed for the picture because I had always pictured Mario with like 6 nipples like a cat. So I was disappointed. I was like, there's 4 missing here.
Why does he have no chest hair?
That is true. He's Italian.
He sweats a lot doing all the missions.
No true Italian waxes, okay?
All right, so I feel like people are being sensitive, and I feel like a lot of it has to do with the fact that you have Mario and it's a Nintendo and children, but children have nipples too. And if you make a big deal about nipples, and the kids are going to make a big deal about the fucking nipples, if you leave it alone, they're just going to think it's fucking normal to have nipples. But apparently in the society we live in, there is no such thing as normal when it comes to nipples. End of story.
I can't remember.
Can you say nipples like 5 more times? Because
nipples.
I think Lady Foxfire just looked up Jacob's ladder.
Lady Foxfire. Yo, Lady Foxfire just looked up the Jacob's ladder.
And that's why I was kind of.
Does anyone know if Link has nipples in Breath of the Wild when you take off his top?
Does Lara Croft have nipples?
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, do they have them on him? Because you can actually take off his top, and if he has them on him, then Nintendo have already done it before, so I don't know what the big deal is.
Yeah, okay. There's other pictures of Mario with nipples. They're just not round nipples. They're little dots as far as what I saw. Okay? So when they have them a little more, I guess you could say, for lack of a better term, realistic looking, because they're fucking cartoon nipples.
Donkey Kong has nipples.
They're just not dots. Yeah, Donkey Kong has nipples. What the fuck?
It's just one of those things. I just hope that this doesn't delay the game because I have to go in there and erase the nipples.
They gotta remove the nipples because
he doesn't have nipples in Breath of the Wild. Noble Addiction said in the chat.
He doesn't. I don't know.
What's wrong with him?
It's just something that would probably I wouldn't even notice.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't have given this
notice exactly really. If people didn't make such a big deal about it.
I'm gonna notice it now since we talked about it. I'm gonna look at your Nintendo game.
Make sure you buy it day one just in case they, stop selling the nipple edition. It'd be worth money on eBay.
You pay to get them removed as a DLC pack.
I want to read the tweets, guys.
All right.
Hang on, Xbot. It says, if Mario has nipples, then why doesn't Yoshi? Please, Nintendo. This only raises difficult questions. That was somebody's tweet. Someone says, no, Mario isn't supposed to be shirtless.
No good.
Porygon says, Mario has nipples and Link does not. What the fuck? So someone else says, I can't believe Nintendo is destroying Mario lore. I think the hardest thing for me to
What?
comprehend is looking at this man with a fucking beard and a unibrow. Well, actually, it's not a unibrow. That's his hair under his hat. Looking at him with a hairy face, but he has no hair on his chest. But then, fucking weird. People are weird. Just calm the fuck down. Everybody has nipples.
Yeah, just take off his porn stash while you're at it. Jesus.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Like, just take off the mustache, the hair, make him look about 20 years younger, and then you can show his nipples. That makes it okay.
I'm going to say this. We really took a wrong turn in Albuquerque when we went from nipples to porn stash, and we're talking about Mario. I'm just saying. I'm just saying that we might have made a right turn when we should have been going straight.
Well, I got to say, with everybody in the chat talking about different piercings and stuff like that, I think Nintendo has an opportunity to make some money here with the next Mario being like Punk Mario's Odyssey, and he's just completely pierced up from head to toe and everywhere in between.
He's got tattoo sleeves.
Yeah, what do you think, guys? Yeah, that could work, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm reading the chat too. It says Zelda nipples are next. Zelda
I love that Lady Foxfire did not know what a Jacob's Ladder was.
A lot of people don't Xbox.
And she looked it up. And she looked it up. Thank you, Foxfire.
Nasty bot
Princess
448.
Peach nipples. Sorry.
Nope, no more nipples. We're done with nipples. Killer Scorpion says, LOL, a lazy nipple. Is that like a lazy eye? Only on your chest.
One drops.
Oh, wait, Mr. Midlife Crisis. I was expecting Mario to have a lazy nipple that is looking down. And then Killer Scorpion looked at.
Wait, how did Ron Jeremy get in this conversation in the chat?
What? I have no idea what's going on anymore, guys.
Well,
yeah.
When I was away, I'm not sure if you brought it up, just to kind of segue into the Fortnite incident over the weekend.
We have not talked about Fortnite yet. Let's talk about it. Go.
Okay, well, over the weekend, accidentally, of course, the crossplay ability with Xbox One and PlayStation 4 happened during Fortnite for a few hours before the Reddit exploded.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? The world didn't end. Your systems didn't melt and start bubbling.
Are you sure the world didn't end?
Freeze over. So I just think Epic. They can say that it was it was a mistake, a bug. This might have been like one of those shots across the bow to Sony because apparently,
planned.
Yeah, apparently Sony immediately put the kibosh on that, and actually a fan on Twitter reached out to Phil Spencer, and he responded directly to the guy's name was at Freed Dreamer, and Phil said, and I quote, "I would have liked to see them leave it on." So I think that Phil getting out there immediately was a good thing for Team Xbox, simply because it puts the ball back in Sony's court. And obviously if Epic was told by someone to shut it down, we know it's not Microsoft, and it's still Sony not willing to play ball. Now, my question for the chat as well as the panel, does this make Sony look bad to the gaming community as a whole?
Never.
Absolutely.
I would like to say absolutely, because there are people who want crossplay. Apparently people were having fun, and they noticed, the people on PlayStation noticed.
Yes.
Because the spaces in the names. And then they were like, oh, well, maybe it was a PC player. And it turns out that it was confirmed that it was indeed an Xbox gamer tag. Now, people were enjoying themselves, and at first they didn't know that they were cross-playing. So what is the big deal? If they were all having fun, and obviously it's been, pitched before, and all right, Xbox has been slapped down by Sony. So it does make them look bad. It makes them look very bad, because I think they're being dickheads about it. Just fucking allow it already. It's obviously able to be done. Arc, the devs from Arc said that it would take a few days to get it done.
Yeah, it's not that hard to do.
So why
they have it done now? At this point, they just have to flick a switch. Like, they already have it built in. They just need to.
I think they did it on purpose.
I do too.
I think that was absolutely done on purpose, so people could kind of get a taste for it and kind of, you know, I think it would.
I think it was done on purpose for publicity first and foremost, because with Destiny 2 coming out, I believe their active users dropped a little bit, and they're like, hey, we have the Switch. Maybe we just turn it on for a little bit, get a little publicity going on here. Maybe people start coming over here, start talking about our game again. The hell is going on, Bungie over there? You know?
You know what I'd do? I'd say if you don't want to crossplay, I'm sorry, but we're gonna have to take Minecraft off your platform. I mean, we get crossplay with Nintendo.
They won't do that, man. Minecraft is such a moneymaker. Being on all those platforms like that for them, don't like pull your profits away.
No, I don't think they're going to pull their profits away, but I think that the update that he's referring to absolutely has to do with crossplay. And if PlayStation doesn't want to play ball, then their players will not be able to get that update. Not because Microsoft is being a dick about it, simply because the programming says that this patch that's being put into the game for multiple devices, including the Switch and the Xbox and the PC, as well as tablets and phones.
They're bringing all the Minecrafts together.
Yes, and you know, also just to reiterate about the whole how hard would it be for crossplay? According to Psionic, which is the creators of Rocket League, who originally pitched this, if you remember last year, to both Sony and Microsoft, and Microsoft was like automatically, and Sony was like no good. They said logistically it's just a flick of the switch. That's what the head producer said. So it's not hard, and it can be done. It's just
I think they should all like rise up against Sony and fucking flick the switch and fuck you.
You're right. I agree.
The fact that lots of news articles didn't pick up on this and didn't take Sony down, like they got away with it yet again.
Yes,
like they were being complete assholes.
Yes, absolutely. Well said, dude. That is a great point, because it just, again, it's not being a conspiracy theorist. It's when Xbox does something, it's like the world is going to end. But it seems that when Sony does something, even if it's really shitty, no one rises up and says, "Hey, Sony, that really sucks. What you're doing to the gamers is wrong." You know, I didn't see any stories on IGN. I didn't see any stories on Kotaku. You know, I follow all these knuckleheads on Twitter simply
That's
just to get the news.
Like it's the only place.
But if the tables were turned, this would be frontline news every fucking day on IGN and GameSpot.
Yes, that's correct. Absolutely. It's not to sound like a nut, but it's definitely a double standard when it comes to the media for Xbox and the media for Sony.
Sure, definitely.
For the players.
Yes, they're definitely for the players with a big middle finger.
I'm really pissed off because I wish I had the opportunity to play in the crossplay. Not that it would have made much of a difference as far as the gaming experience, but I want to play crossplay. I have friends like, all right, I'm going to use an example here. Chatty Catty, okay? She's like my favorite streamer, but she only plays on PlayStation. So if we can crossplay, that would be so awesome, because I don't play a lot of games on PlayStation. You know, like she plays GTA and shit like that. Like a game like that to crossplay, like I think it would be a little harder to play GTA online, but anything that I have that she has, we can't crossplay. So that sucks.
And people that have like both consoles, which is starting to happen a lot, like people have Xbox One and PS4 all in the same house. Like they could play together. Yeah, they could play Destiny together, or
Yeah, it makes me mad.
There's literally no reason why multi-platform games like Destiny, Rocket League, like anything that's multi-platform should allow the option for crossplay. At this point, ever since last year when Microsoft was all like, yeah, we're open to this. Like, we're still open to it. You don't even really have to ask us anymore. Just flick the switch. We don't really give a shit. More players for a game, bigger community, more people get to play it with their friends, regardless of the system that they're playing it on, because there's no point fighting about that shit. And then, like, Nintendo are, like, looking like they're finally, like, jumping on board. They're allowing Minecraft to have crossplay. They're allowing Rocket League to have crossplay, with the PC and the Xbox.
And that's a
Sony,
great point, CBL, because here's the thing. There is no tighter company when it comes to their system and their ecosystem than Nintendo. I mean, they're like, I mean, they close the fist and, you know, air is not getting in. For them to say, yes, we're going to allow Switch players to play against Xbox players, and Sony still refuses to do this. I'm just saying that, you know, maybe if you're such a big Sony, you know, supporter, you might want to question why they refuse to allow this to happen.
And
walling off numerous communities is I don't see the proper answer for that.
It sucks is like they do this shit with their PSVR too, and they could have such a huge library. Like there's
absolutely.
Like on Oculus and Vive, there's so many good VR games that are multiplayer, and like Sony's missing out so much just by not supporting crossplay on that either.
And that's the shame of it, because Sony is not missing out. The gamers who support their product are the ones that are missing out.
Right.
And it's funny because they have, when it comes to Sony, they have a group of extremists over there that will even praise the fact that they're not doing crossplay, which I feel is absolutely ridiculous. At the end of the day, you want more active users. You want more people to go against or to co-op with or stuff like that. And to have actual gamers out in the community say, no, it's really a good thing. I mean, they don't have to do it because look at their hardware sales numbers. Yeah. And it's like, dude, are you a businessman or are you a gamer? Do you have stock in PlayStation?
Can I ask you guys
controller in your hand?
a question? What do you think?
Now go ahead.
What do you think would happen if the developers said fuck it and they all flipped the switch? What do you think Sony would do?
I guess they would.
Depends what's in the contract.
They would have problems. I think they would bring trouble to their doorsteps in regards to, you know, being sued for contract breach. I just think Sony, you know, if everyone did it, they would probably have to put their head down and be like, you know, cover their mouth and go, fuck these guys. But okay, yeah, sure, we're all for it because crossplay, we're for the players. Publicly, they'd have to look, you know, smile and eat a spoonful of shit. Yeah, there's no doubt about that.
Spoonful of shit. I love that.
Sony
spoonful of shit helps the medicine go down.
The Fortnite devs are probably already getting like some shit off Sony. Like if Sony are really assholes about it, like they're probably like, oh yeah, because like we all know that wasn't by accident. Like it was a big coincidence that happened. To, like, but you know, Sony's all like for the players, but it seems to be like they're the opposite of what they say. So if it's something for the players, they're the complete opposite now. So it's like, fuck you, players. We're gonna, even though it's for the players to allow crossplay, we're like, fuck it, nah, no crossplay.
Are you trying to say that their advertisement slogan wasn't accurate?
They should be sued.
Oh my goodness.
For the players.
I am shocked, Dean. Dean, I am shocked. I don't know what to think about you anymore, man.
I know. I know.
What a big letdown.
Sony, you're gonna be so disappointed in me. He was such a fan. He played those 5 games and he liked them, I guess, but that's about it. His PlayStation's got her in dust. But,
you know, CBO, grab your mouse and keyboard, go sit in the corner. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Damn.
You hear it? Okay.
What did I have on the camera? We need to see proof.
Okay.
Proof here.
Okay.
I don't even know what we're talking about anymore now. I lost.
Well, we were still on the fact that it was we're all disappointed that Sony refuses. So he's getting off the air. Oh no.
Fucking breaking shit, I am.
I think that they just
break it, throw it against the wall.
It's not wireless. My wireless one is like busted, so I have a wired one.
Don't break anything live.
Shit, just pull it out.
Pull down that heart back there. I'm just kidding.
I think that they need to get with the program and fucking just allow crossplay. And I know that it brings, you know how they say like, you know, bad news is still news or negative news and all that shit. Like, obviously, you know, Sony doesn't need to do this, right? But it's something that they should do just to open the world up a little more for gamers. Like, why are you being so stingy? What is it gonna do? It's not gonna cost you anything. If anything, a lot of Xbox gamers have also went out and purchased PlayStations too. So what is so wrong about PlayStation people going out and purchasing an Xbox? Just cut the crap already. It's 2017. The world's gonna end eventually.
Against our
Let us
Lord.
play.
Well, I mean, you know, again, listen, it gets eventually they're gonna fold. Something is gonna happen within the gaming community and the business community, and they're gonna literally be strong-armed into it. You know, with this update for the Minecraft, which is always in the top 10 for each of these console ecosystems. There's no doubt about it.
The update is out today, just so you all know, in case people didn't know. The Better Together update is rolling out now.
Oh, okay, great.
I'm waiting for the graphic update.
Oh, that's going to be good. That looks really good.
But the funny thing is, when it comes to like people who really get into like Minecraft, right? Because we're talking about crossplay with Minecraft now. Even down to the smaller children that play, because there's an adult community as well. When they see that, you know, they've had Minecraft on PS4 for so long, but now this update is coming out and they're not a part of it, because Minecraft is about playing together, doing things together. The community does a lot of stuff together. When you see a lot of the really fancy things that people have built, 9 times out of 10, they didn't build that by themselves. They brought a community together to build it.
They should do a commercial with everyone playing Minecraft and then like one person by themselves in another.
That would be awesome. Little Johnny sitting in the corner playing by himself.
Because he didn't have crossplay.
He didn't have crossplay. He's on a PlayStation device, and unfortunately, he can't play with others. Sorry, Johnny. Go home.
I want to play Minecraft Oregon Trail.
And you know what really makes this not make sense to me is the biggest thing that like PlayStation people say that that they have over kind of like the Xbox platform and stuff is they have those single player exclusives. So when it even comes down to it, there's still a hook to get a PlayStation if you're into the Uncharted's, The Last of Us and stuff like that, because that's what they really bring to the table when it comes to exclusives. And exclusives gives the platform its personality. So with the PS4, more times than not, its personality is single player immersive experiences. So it's not like it would even hurt their brand at all to enable crossplay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a good point, because Sony really doesn't make their own multiplayer games.
Yeah, like who plays Uncharted online right now, or The Last of Us? You know, like what the fuck? No. No. Stuff
like Overwatch, though, that should definitely be crossplay. I would love to see Blizzard just flip the switch one day. It'd be awesome.
Just keep those mouse and keyboards out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, speaking of PlayStation, wanted to know what you guys thought about the Call of Duty World War II game console. What the fuck are you laughing, Xbot?
The PS4 Pro is so ugly, you gotta camouflage it so you don't see it.
No, it's not the Pro, it's the Slim, man.
It's the Slim, it's not the Pro, and it's $299. And you know what? A shout out to Jay Fonzarelli, who pointed this out the other day, that the pattern that's on the system doesn't even correspond to the World War II pattern that was used. So the system in itself doesn't make any sense.
You know, I looked at that and I was like, this looks so lazy. You know, you can have these like really amazing consoles, and to have something so lazily put together, it's unbelievable. I feel like they should have done so much more. And the fact that you're pointing out that Fonz pointed out that the pattern doesn't match, that is definitely a little more of an eye-opener for me, because when I first saw it, I'm like, that's cool, I guess, but I didn't like it, honestly.
Yeah, it's a real eyesore when you look at it. I don't know how this is going to sell. I can imagine that it's not going to sell well.
The color is just so hideous. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of green anymore. I used to be when I was a kid. It used to be my favorite color. But it just doesn't look right. Like, it just doesn't go with anything. I don't know. I feel
They
like it's
could-
really hard for me to explain this right
They
now.
could have simply did what they the same thing with Destiny. You know, Destiny, the system, it was just white, right? But it was an attractive Arctic white system. Everyone was like, "Oh wow, this is great." They could have simply just did a matte green, you know, and just wrote a little writing on there, you know, Call of Duty World War II, and it would have been fine. This pattern though is really bad.
You know what? This is the first time we've all agreed on something.
I think the
ugly.
units are gonna sell, and here's the reason why. I don't like it personally. I feel it's lazy, like Snap said, and Boomstick, how you brought up that scheme, that camouflage scheme. I think it was Vietnam and afterwards
yes,
that they
that's
actually
correct.
used
Yes.
that. But the thing is, the key demographic of where Activision is going, who they're trying to entice, is the 10 to 14-year-old. And you think they give a shit if that camouflage is actually representing World War II or Vietnam or whatnot? I know a lot of 10 to 14-year-old boys that would just get it for it being camouflage.
For it being
right?
Call of Duty in general.
Exactly. So
At that point, why don't we just get some pink camo, orange camo, blue camo? Jesus Christ.
They'll also. I like the orange, white, and black, by the way.
All right, I'm copywriting that PlayStation.
Fastback in chat said it needs nipples.
I think it looks really nice and smooth, and like I like would totally buy it.
You're being sarcastic.
I feel like I have to defend it because I just feel so bad for the fucking thing. It's like no one's gonna buy this shit.
It's gonna be pity purchase time. Now, I
imagine
think
that in your living room. Oh my god, it's so
just
bad.
repaint there or something.
I don't want to be the negative Nancy, guys, but we have to speak truth. It looks like fucking shit. And if it had nipples, indeed, it would look a lot better. But it
more
doesn't.
distinct and unique and stuff like that. If it had nipples,
by the way.
No, it doesn't.
Not many people can say their console has nipples. You know, it's more
You
original.
know what, guys? I'm going out and getting some nipples for my console today. I'm not even playing.
Oh, we gotta do that.
We're going to the mall.
Oh, snaps! I gotta ask you, when you saw it, I gotta see if it got the same thing, the same reaction from you. Five Below has designer duct tape, right?
Ah.
They have camouflage duct tape. Tell me, when you saw that, you did not think that they just took that duct tape and put it right across the system?
I didn't even think about the duct tape, but pretty much. I mean, it just looks so cheap, and like they just put a fucking sticker over it. And what happens when that shit heats up? Sticker's melted. It's done.
Uh-oh.
You might as well
then you'll get that plain green one that Boom was asking for.
Put a purple console with pink polka dots on it. That's just so ugly. It's hideous.
It's got to be black with pink polka dots.
Okay? Is this an Activision idea or Call of Duty idea or a Sony
It's
idea?
probably an Activision idea. They're notorious for trying to,
I think it might have something to do with Sony. If you look at their limited editions, I mean, they have not been great. All right, all the way through, it looks like they're slapping decals on the top of the system. They're not giving those little nuances.
Lazy.
Yeah, it's certainly not like a Gears of War system where the Xbox One S looks, it's Gears.
Oh, you could go Gears of War. You could go Forza Motorsport 10th anniversary.
Really
you could go Halo 5.
It was a good, a nice looking system.
Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Like, you look at all this, they all had something to them that was extra. Then you look at the PS4 side, where the best one, in my opinion, is the white Destiny with the gold trim on it. That was the best limited edition they have done so far.
Yeah.
I wish they would put that like in every GameStop, then have the Xbox One S Minecraft version next to it. And guess
Lady Foxfire got excited. We said Gears.
Yeah. Prior to that, she said she almost threw up looking at it. So, I mean, obviously there's a lot of people that don't like it. I want to see the people that are hyped for it and just be like, what is your problem?
I haven't seen anybody.
I haven't either.
If you get in a console debate, just throw up a picture of that on Twitter. You'll win every time.
Here, look at this, bitches. Done. I win. All right. So yeah, I don't know. It's ugly. I'm definitely gonna go. I'm gonna get some nipples for the PlayStation and for the Xbox One S today, guys. It's gonna be awesome. So that's the next mission.
Make sure you post them on Twitter.
I will. I'll tag all of you, so you can see. But quickly, the Minecraft Education Edition. Apparently, Xbox said it's the Education Edition. I was just like, Oregon Trail. So, how is this working, Xbox? Is that going to be only in schools?
Yeah, the Education Edition is it's a special version of Minecraft.
Not limited to Oregon Trail, but all I saw was Oregon Trail. I just wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah, but the Education Edition is basically, it's the one that's marketed to schools. I don't think we can get our hands on it. I believe that's the in-school version of Minecraft where they have like added added features for learning and whatnot, which is really cool if you think about it. They're taking like such a mainstream game and they tailored it to be able to go into school and to still have the kids, learn whatever they're learning at that point in time. I think that's really cool.
But they used to make us play that damn game in school all the time, Oregon Trail. I remember that.
That game was the shit, and it's still the shit, and I wanted to play it online, but I couldn't find anywhere decent, so I haven't played it. But anyways, continue.
I can't. I'm still scratching my head over your love for Oregon Trail, O Snaps.
Because I like watching my friends and family die.
Oh, okay. Now it makes sense. All right, gotcha.
Feeding them meager rations.
Meager rations.
That's just one of my favorite games.
Why don't you explain what the game is so people that never
everybody who's watching should know what Oregon Trail is. We're all old enough, maybe. So silent today, guys. What the
I had absolutely no idea what this game is.
What?
I rest my
sorry.
My favorite part of Oregon Trail was hunting.
Yeah, you know
what's the worst part of that is you totally made Supersonic Station right. So
that was the worst part.
Yeah, I'm like, everybody knows.
Wait, say that again.
I was wrong.
Hit the record button.
It is recording. All right, so Oregon Trail here. It's like you're on a fucking trail and you get a little vehicle. Not a vehicle. What is it called? A little wagon. Goddamn pop-ups.
You're fucking in a wagon with
Boom has been disowned by his brother, by the way.
Oh, man.
It's done.
Sorry. He's disowned me at least 3 times this year.
3 times, that's it?
So that's far. The year, we still have a couple of months, so it's possible I could get another 3.
There you go. You got goals right there. Here you go.
What are you clicking?
I think I could play Oregon Trail. Oh my gosh. So anyways.
We are in the middle of a live show right now.
She's playing Oregon Trail. Damn it. Oh, snaps.
No, I'm not playing.
I'm going to do a public event. Bye.
I'll join you, Boom.
Oh, man. So anyways, after the show, Boom, please look up Oregon Trail. Check it out. If you can find a way to play it, let me know so I can play some Oregon Trail. It's fun. You got to basically keep your people alive, and you can shoot it's fucking fun, and you shoot animals and stuff, and people die of like typhoid fever, dysentery, diarrhea, the whole shebang. It's great.
Shebang bang.
Yeah. So anyways,
and it's in 4K HDR.
Wow. Yeah. Right.
All 6 teraflops are used for this.
Wow. Wow, Des, what is that? Another code up in the chat?
That's knocking it out of the park.
He sure is killing it today. So before we head off the show, guys, I have something that I wanted to talk about last week, but we didn't have time. And we talked about a lot today, and we've been jumping around a little bit of everywhere. So I wanted to ask you guys, when you're gaming with people on multiplayer games, how do you deal with them now versus when you were gaming in the past? So, like, when you're dealing with trolls, not necessarily like your friends, but when you play with randoms and stuff like that, and you have a bunch of trolls and shit, how do you guys deal with them now versus back when you were younger gaming? So I'm gonna ask Mr. Boomstick first to answer.
Okay, well, in regards to like trolls, it's very similar to Twitter. If someone, I for the most part, I don't really bother blocking anybody because I don't even. It's a lot of effort, and I don't feel like being bothered. I'll simply just leave the party and jump back on. And if the same guy happens to be on because it's a small, pool of players for the particular game, then for them, I don't really talk to anyone. I don't really talk to randoms. Not being offensive or anything. I'll put my mic on with my friends. That's fine. But
did you in the past?
In the past, I probably would have just did exactly the same thing. I don't really think I've changed so much. I just won't. I really don't. They're attention grabbers, and that they want you to go after them. I just pay them no mind.
Okay. I mean that's a good way to go about your gaming session too, is by not paying them any mind, because people can be absolutely ridiculous. Supersonic Station, how do you deal with trolls in multiplayer now versus in the past?
Press the mute button. That's about it.
All right.
Simple but very effective. Just
that is very true. Xbot 448. I was just making sure you're still here. You're very quiet today. I don't appreciate it.
I'm listening to what everybody is saying.
Stop listening and start talking, goddammit. So how do you deal with trolls now versus when you were gaming and you were younger? Because you've been gaming for years, as many of us have. So how do you deal with it now?
Did you just say I'm fat?
What? God damn it. Shut the fuck up and answer the question. You're fired.
Well, all right. I back in the day, I used to argue back at him, and I used to try to kind of like do the better diss or whatever you want to call it. I used to try to go at him harder than he went at me. I've decided in my older age, with gaining knowledge and wisdom, that there was something better to do. Track them fucking down, find out where they live, and kill their goldfish.
Holy shit.
That is really a dark place.
Sounds fun.
All right.
That was very detailed, Xbot.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So if you have goldfish out there, you better not say anything bad to me, or they will
especially anything against Master Chief.
The only thing that would be messed up is if their goldfish was named Master Chief. I don't know what I would do in that situation. But no, seriously, what I do is first off, I'm not in game chat a lot. Even when I go into Halo and I'm with a bunch of randoms, I'll plug in my headset just so you don't have like the other people's voices like coming through the TV.
Right.
But I'll just lay my headset to the side and I'll just play without like talking to anybody. So I'm not really in game chat a lot to do that. Usually I'm in a party with people I'm actually cool with, and at that point, we just talk shit about the other team and they don't even hear us. So that's really cool right there. Love the party chat. But yeah, I'm not in game chat enough to really deal with that as much anymore.
All right, cool. And creating Beyond Limits. How about you?
I used to just like write out a story of what I'd do to them, take a picture and send it to them. It's pretty dark.
You guys are evil.
I'm gonna buy you a birthday cake.
I'm gonna look out my window for creating Beyond Limits and Xbox whenever I troll someone.
You're gonna eat it.
I used to just like send them a message if they were sending me messages and stuff, just being like, "You must be."
So you used to go back and forth and feed into it.
Sometimes, depending on my mood, if I was already pissed off, I'd be like, you know what? I'll just like, oh, you must like be proud of your life. Like, just send a message just because you lost that game or some shit.
So it'd be like, I fucked your mom. I'll be like, well, you did a horrible job because you're still in a pissy ass mood.
Or I'll just say GG. Like, I'll just be super positive, just to piss them off even more. It's like, oh yeah, that was a lot of fun. It's like just saying that and to annoy them. Like, it's like, you try to annoy me, I'll fuck you up, boy. I'll fuck you.
Wow. Wow.
I don't do it anymore. I just like kind of mute or just say something positive or just don't reply.
Well,
Don't
it
really
seems
block
like
people, though.
muting people is a way of growing, because like, the whole point of this is I want to see how people, act before as opposed to now, where when it depends on my mood, because I can be very, very immature and start an entire fight with somebody just because it amuses me. But usually they start with me. All right. I never start the trouble. But I think before, when I was younger and I was gaming, and especially being a female, we would get a lot of people who would either send stupid messages or say stupid things, and I was very shy to speak when I was, over a headset and stuff. I'd leave myself on mute all the time, and I'd talk once in a while, and then it would change everything once I said something, because I played with immature people. Versus now, where if somebody said some dumb shit to me, I would probably just fuck with them and just, go along with it, and, I am able to handle it a lot different. And, depending on my mood, I just ignore people. But a lot of times I will kind of, embrace it and say, you know what, at this point, I can laugh about the rude comments and things that people send me, or I can just kind of fuck with them back. And that's kind of how I handle it, versus when I was younger and I'd just stay silent and think about.
Oh, snaps, with you saying that brings me back to the first time, like we started like gaming together, and I think there was a Call of Duty coming out, and or we played I think my friend left Call of Duty at one point in time, and we were playing Call of Duty, and you're like, yeah, I stay absolutely silent in Call of Duty, and I'm like, why?
Because people made me feel like some type of way where I just didn't want to play anymore, because
you were like, as soon as they found out I was a girl, that was it. And I'm like, oh my goodness, really? Like, I do feel bad on that side of things. I feel like it is getting better in terms of male female kind of like interaction.
Oh my gosh, you know what, the change in the environment when you're gaming now in 2017 as opposed to, let's say, 2000, 2003, 2005, it's so different, you guys. Like, it's equal. Like, people are just like, oh, cool. Like, you don't even have to be like, I'm a girl, and it's nice. It's such a change, and there's so many amazing people now. Then again, and I hate to put negativity on Sony, but there's a couple of randoms I played with that were absolute douchebags to me, and it's 2017, so I just ignored them, or I'd send a message back about something dumb, So gaming has changed a lot, and I love it. I love seeing so many female gamers, female gamers, not the ones who just stream games and have their boobs and nipples out.
Check out my nipples. Oh,
you know the nipples are going to come into play.
Nipples.
Hashtag nipples. Everyone should have that on their Twitter account.
I'm gonna go do that right now. Hashtag nipples. Anyway,
no, I will say that in regards to that, you're 100% right. The Xbox, and again, this is not being a fanboy, but the what I've noticed is a lot of the who I've played with online, especially with the PlayStation, it's a very toxic community, but that also has a lot to do with it's a lot younger crowd, so there's more immaturity out there as opposed to the Xbox, which seems like it's a more mature gaming crowd.
Overall, absolutely, there's a lot more mature people, and maybe it's the mature people that we hang out with and we come across in the gaming sessions too. But it's definitely changed a lot over the years. Sorry for cutting you off again. So anyways, we're gonna wrap up the show because it's 12:30 and I gotta go to the store and buy some nipples. So
buy some Taco Bell Xbox boxes with
no, fuck that. I spent $36 last time and we didn't win shit. So creating Beyond Limits, would you like to let everybody know where they can find you and what you're up to?
I'll go on the camera to say goodbye. It's actually probably too dark now. What's up, everyone? Yeah, Creating Beyond Limits, YouTube. If you want to click my name in the chat, that'll bring you to my channel. Mixer, Twitch, Creating Beyond Limits. Twitter is Dean5578. I've uploaded plenty of videos this week, including my review for it and some other videos. Kingsman review for the Golden Circle coming out later today. So yes, hope you enjoyed the show. I did.
Yo, Dean, stop trying to give everybody your sexy look, by the way. Like, I can see it.
Subscribe to my channel.
Seductive eyes.
Awesome. Xbox 448, would you like to let everybody know where they can find you and what you're up to?
All right, I've been trying to find ways to trim this down because it does take forever. But guys,
Make it snappy, buddy.
I keep everything simple. Everything is Xbox 448. I am on multiple podcasts, and I do have a podcast Saturday night on my channel as well called The Next Podcast. If you want to know times and all that good stuff, where I'm going to be, follow me on Twitter. It is at Xbox 448, and you will be notified whenever we are going live. How about that?
How about that?
Simple, but yet a very effective.
Nice.
Yeah. Mr. Boomstick XL, where can people find you and what are you up to?
Well, real simple. Mr. Boomstick XL on Twitter, and you can find me on Crossfire Podcast Friday night, 7 p.m. on YouTube. And thanks for everybody for coming out. We really appreciate the support.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys are amazing in the chat for supporting us. Those of you who watch it later on, you know, it's awesome to see so many people come and hang out with us every week. Supersonic Station, what are you up to and where can people find you?
You can find me at www.nipples.com.
I knew it.
Wow. I'm going to check that website out right now as my computer gets a virus.
It happens.
You sound like he came from experience with that one. It happens.
Experience nipples.
This is welcome to nipples.com. Free porn videos and sex movies. I'm just not going to enter, though.
Don't.
Click off.
My goodness. Find me at Supersonic Station on YouTube and Mixer. Also, check out, I've uploaded and put some of my Project Spark creations, the horror movie rides up, and I put them in to where you can watch them in virtual reality and 3D and stuff. So it works on like every platform, and I'm probably going to make more horror rides. So definitely check out my Project Spark streams as I'm making the game. And I'm going to get it making Horror Movie Ride 5. Going to get it ready for Halloween, so it should be really cool.
Awesome.
Mel, can I just add one other thing? I absolutely forgot, and I really want to give this dude a shout out because he makes GIFs on Twitter.
Ooh, okay, yeah.
Old School G, and hit this guy up on Twitter and see some of the stuff he's done. He did one yesterday of Phil Spencer, and it was I watched it like 6 times, and I laughed more and more every time I saw it. Really, what it is Phil Spencer's head on somebody that gets a call basically saying that he got the promotion. He jumps into a building, saves an Xbox One X, and the building explodes. It was absolutely priceless. The correct spelling for him is OSKOOL-G, Old School G. Check this guy out. Follow him on Twitter. He's a good dude, and he's a big supporter of multiple shows.
I'm trying to look up his Twitter right now. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, it's really funny. He does them all the time, and this one really, like, as soon as the news broke about the promotion, he put this out there. It was fantastic.
Yeah, it was fucking hilarious. And I can't even find it in our group conversation right now. So
I'll send it to you. I have it saved.
Awesome. And then you guys can find me obviously right here on YouTube. Oh snap, it's Mel. On Twitter at girlscangame22. And yeah, you can check out this amazing podcast on, let's see, iTunes, SoundCloud, and now on Stitcher. I don't know if any of you use Stitcher, but it is now on Stitcher. And I'm trying to get us uploaded to Google Music or Google Play Music, whatever it is. But it says that, like, my audio file, I don't know how to find it. I'm new to that. So it says, like, 2 of them work, but the rest of them don't because they're video files. So I was like, oh, okay, whatever. So, yeah, we're a little bit all over the place, and we appreciate you guys for coming out every week, hanging out with us. So thank you so much for that. And we'll see you guys next week.
Wait, and if you watch this once, watch it again in 2 times speed, like you tweeted out. That was so funny.
What?
When you play the podcast at twice the speed.
Oh yes. I don't know if you could do it on iTunes, but I think you can. And I was doing it on Stitcher. Me and Xbot were listening to it, and it was on 2x speed, so it was like super fast, and it was really awesome. If you guys want to give me a second, I can pull it up for you guys. And you know, everybody here who hangs out in the chat, you guys, you know, we're all a family. Make sure you guys are supporting each other as well.
Yes, absolutely.
It's really important, you know, everybody just hang out with everybody, check everybody out and stuff. Hold up. Here we go.
Resuming episode.
What?
What?
Nipples.
Glad you're here with us. And then we have the usual suspects. We have Creating Down Limits. Would you like to say good morning, sir? What's that? Hey, everyone. It's good to be back. Awesome. We're so happy you're here today because you've been a busy bee and you ditch out on the show sometimes because, you know, life and things. Which doesn't make me feel bad.
You sound like summer school. You ditch out on the show sometimes. All the cool kids wanted to talk to me.
Yeah, so, you know, you're here today. All the cool kids are here today. So it'll work out really well. Good morning, Supersonic Station.
Why do I surround myself with fools, even a robot?
All right, you guys, that's just a clip of that on 2x speed. It's fucking hilarious. You will sit there and laugh your ass off if you do check out the show in 2x speed. It's fucking funny. So, yeah, definitely go do that. You guys have a wonderful week. It's been awesome, and I hope to see you guys in some games later.
Bye-bye.
Peace.